Okay, let's go ahead and get things underway. First thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and mute the Spotify. And now we're going to come over to here. Hey, everyone. Spidey Librarian here, and welcome to Classics Revisited, the streaming show where I watch a classic movie that I have enjoyed and react to it on my YouTube channel. And today's feature is going to be the Elton John biopic from 2019, Rocketman. I'm looking forward to this one. I was so excited when this movie came out. I went and saw it in the theaters with my girlfriend at the time, who was not like, I mean, she had heard some Elton John, but she was not like into Elton John the way I have. I was introduced to the music of Elton John probably when I was like 10, 11 years old, and it really spoke to me in a lot of big ways. And so I have always kind of like, you know, I've basically, kept my ear out for like when he releases a new song and everything. And I've always really kind of identified with the kind of vibe of his music, the vibe of his sound. It was just very, I know this probably is going to sound weird to hear it. His music though to me is very non-pretentious. It is very like, you know, I'm not the baddest guy on the block, but I'm a person who feels, and I don't know, I really like it. And so when this movie came out, I was like, yes, let's go watch it. And I watched it and I loved it. There are there are a couple of interesting scenes on it that kind of make me go, what, why did you do that? But overall, like, I came away from the movie feeling very, very happy, and so I'm really excited to watch it again. So, um, thanks to those of you who are going to be joining me for that. Now, I know I got started a little late again. This is not the way I intend to keep operating. It's just that right now, real life has been. I mean, it's not bad or anything. It's just that stuff keeps cropping up that needs my attention. So, sorry, I'm just messing with a cable over here for a moment. Okay. Um, but yeah, hopefully this will not be a regular thing. So, hey, CG Anime fan, how you doing? Good to see you. We're gonna go ahead and move things over to the Classics Revisited overlay right here, and as you guys can see, I've got things going. We've got the poster up. We've got the timer ready. And I think we're going to go ahead and just do the sound test. We're going to go ahead and plug in the headphones, put on the headphones. I'm going to mute the desktop audio so that you guys can't hear it, because we do not want that happening on a stream. And then let me just go ahead and click on the feature. Now, I'm going to be watching this off of my Fandango at home account. Okay, and that is way too far into it. Here we go. All right. Paramount is distributing this, so we're hearing. This doesn't sound like a typical Paramount thing, but whatever. It was about 20 seconds long. That was good. I think we're good to go, so I'm going to go ahead and just move us to the. Okay, Paramount, stop being stupid and do as I tell you. Uh-huh. Please stand by. We are having technical difficulties. You're not an expert on Elton John. I mean, I'm not an expert on Elton John. I'm just a fan of Elton John. Huge difference. Huge difference. I will never claim to know the ins and outs of Elton John's life. Okay, can you please go back to 000? Can we please do this without you having to hit play? Wow. Okay, all right, so we are on 000. We are ready to go. He's not only a good singer, he's actually like he's a fantastic keyboard player. He is amazing at the keyboard, and you'll get a hint of that during the movie. So, all right. Now I don't know because I know that on some of the movies that I watch, um, sometimes if you're willing to stomach the ads, sometimes you can watch them on YouTube free with commercials. I don't think you can do that with Rocketman, unfortunately. Yeah, it looks like that one you actually would have to buy or rent off of YouTube. I'm not entirely surprised, but be nice sometimes if they just take pity upon us poor folk and let us do the things. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and get started with the intro. So we're gonna get to that in just a moment. Before we do, just in case you are new here, if you're here looking for audio and video from the feature in question, I'm afraid that's not going to happen. What you see in here is basically what you're going to get. It's me looking at hold on, there we go. It's me looking at the camera, reacting to what I am seeing on screen. This is a watch party where you can watch along with me. I'll have the timer going. You'd be able to sync up and have a good idea of where I am there. I can't put audio and video on this live stream. That becomes a copyright issue that I don't want to deal with and that, frankly, you guys don't want me dealing with. However, we will be making reaction videos off of this footage at some point in the future. And essentially, we are... let me think. Oh, right. And to that end, we will have an intro, the viewing, the post-mortem, as I call it, where we review and react to what we've seen, and then the outro, at which point we'll be done. So stick around for that if you're interested. If you're not, I understand. Please feel free to click away. I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want any of the negative engagement that people tend to give me when they find out that I am not showing the entire movie or show on YouTube, which you can't do anyways. So anyways, that's pretty much all of that. I'm going to get to it in just a moment here, but yeah. This movie is going to be 2 hours, 1 minute and 17 seconds, just so you guys know. All right. Okay. So I mentioned that intro. We're going to go ahead and start with that intro right now. Hey everyone, Spidey Librarian here, and welcome to Classics Revisited, the live streaming show where I watch a classic movie that I have enjoyed on my YouTube channel and react to it. It doesn't have to be a classic in any sense other than mine. I just have to have enjoyed it. It can be a movie from 1925. It can be a movie from 2025. It doesn't matter as long as I've watched it and enjoyed it. Today's feature is going to be the 2019 biopic film Rocketman. It's a look at the life of Elton John through kind of a fantasy slash faux documentary lens. I hesitate to call it a biopic, but it kind of is, but it takes a whole lot of artistic license. So it's not like a documentary in the strictest sense of the word. It's just kind of a fun retelling or a fun telling of Elton John's life as he grows up through his music. Yeah. Anyways, as Classics Revisited is both a watch party and reaction, this will serve as a watch party and reaction to the 2019 film Rocketman. So I love Elton John. I do. I have pretty much loved Elton John's music ever since I was, I don't know, probably just barely into double digits, probably 10, 11, something like that. And I identified with a lot of his music kind of right away. Your Song, Rocketman, oh God, what was the first one I heard? Tiny Dancer, actually. I don't know what it was about his vocals. I don't know what it was about the lyrics. All I know is that I was kind of pulled in by it. Maybe it was the kind of sense of introspection that you get with his music. all I can tell you is that from that point on, I, I listened to a lot of Elton John's greatest hits. I collected his music on CD. And essentially, when this film came out, I was like, oh, yes, I cannot wait to go watch this. And I went. I was surprised at how very few people were going to watch this movie because, I mean, everyone knows Elton John, right? Right? He's got a bunch of greatest hits songs. He is, he's behind the Lion King. Not many people there, and I went with my girlfriend at the time, and I basically told her, "Okay, sweetie, just so you know, I know this guy's music very well. I'm going to be singing to everything," and she was very amused. She's like, "No, no, no, you let that flag fly, boy," and so I did, and it was a grand old time. And when we walked out of the movie, my girlfriend at the time, her observation was, I thought I had good eyeglasses game. I clearly need to work on that. And I was like, yeah, yeah, that's one of Elton John's things, costumes and glasses. Dude's probably got like a million different pairs of glasses. So, anyways, I really enjoyed this movie. I liked how they took a lot of the elements of his life and they took a fantastical approach to them, and you'll see it very quickly as we get into the movie. But I like the songs that were featured. I didn't like. There were some that I thought should have been featured that weren't, and including my very favorite Elton John song, which is "Someone Saved My Life Tonight." That song I don't think is ever featured in the film, and it's the situation that brings that song about is very kind of downplayed and played for laughs and everything. And whatever, we can't always get what we want, but I do think that this was one of those movies that I went out and watched it and just loved it. And I can't tell you how many times I have rewatched clips from this film, mostly featuring the songs. I could probably make a top 10 list of my favorite songs from Rocketman, which would not be the same as my 10 favorite Elton John songs. And I think that's a very interesting kind of dichotomy because they would overlap quite a bit. But there would be different placements for different songs. And yeah, I don't know. So, anyways, I'm excited to rewatch this, and we are going to do that in just a moment. If you enjoy these reactions, please go ahead and thwip the like button, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing as well. Also, consider sharing this out to your friends, your family, your followers, anyone that you think would enjoy my reaction to these media. In this case, fans of Elton John, I guess. I don't know. Let me think. Whether you like or dislike this movie, let me know why in the comments. I would love to have a conversation with you about this film. And finally, you can find the full and unedited live stream of this reaction on my YouTube channel. There is a master playlist of all movies that I've watched and reacted to, and I'm dividing them up into shorter playlists, mostly by genre. Rocketman would be considered a biography movie as well as a fantasy movie and possibly a documentary. Now I need to go and check how I listed it under genres. Where is Rocketman? Yes, biography, musical, fantasy, and drama. And I might create a tagged playlist in the future for like, I don't know, like musical biopics or maybe just biopics because I haven't exactly watched a lot of biopics. I think this might be the first one that I've watched on this channel at least. So look for that in the future, but whichever of those playlists you go looking for, be sure to look for them on my YouTube channel under the category Watch Party. All right, and I think we are good to go. So I think we're just going to go ahead and get started in just a moment here. So yeah, let's get ready. All right. Oh boy. I am out of beverage. I'm probably going to need to go get some water because it is a little hot in here. My AC is barely working. So I may take a second to go and grab some water. Sorry about that. I thought I had some and I didn't. So I'm going to put you guys on hold for just a moment here, and I will be right back. Okay, and we are back. Give me just a moment. There we go. Okay, all right, and we are back. I have got my agua, and we are going to get started watching this movie. So let me go ahead and get things underway. I uh I hope you guys don't mind listening to me sing because I will probably sing at least some of these songs. I could also see myself stopping this one quite a bit, just to talk about some of these songs and the scenes that they're in. But we'll get to that as we get to it. Okay, you guys ready? I'm excited. Okay, let me go ahead and get things going. All right, you ready? Okay. All right, everyone. 2019's Rocketman. Here we go. Oh, wait. Hold on. Don't go. Don't go. Reset. I didn't have my time. I didn't have my script out for the timer. Sorry. I didn't even put my 2 seconds on the timer, so I'm doing that right now. My apologies. My apologies. Okay. All right. Now this is the real start, okay? Whenever I finally make the reaction video to this, I'm so glad that I have editing so I can take that first one out completely. All right. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right, everyone. 2019's Rocketman. Here we go. All right. Dun, 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 dun. See, I don't think they're playing anything from any of his songs in this overture here. Would be pretty cool if they were, but I don't think they are. So what you're hearing, this very soft music here, this is part of Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, which is another of his most famous songs. Yeah. Yeah, no, this piano here, that's also from Yellow Brick Road. Going back to my plow. Yeah, back to, yeah, this is definitely from Yellow Brick Road. God, I remember being so ridiculously excited and happy when this came out. I was just like, yes. Mhm. Rocketman. And he comes in full costume. Da, 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 da. It's like he's in like some winged demon costume, but he's not going to a concert. Glasses. And look at that face. I'm like iffy on Taron Egerton as a performer, but he does a fantastic young Elton John here. He's at group therapy. Elton Hercules John, really? Hercules? Yes. Yes, he was. He was addicted to a lot of things. Yeah, he had a lot going on. Wow. My dealer wasn't here, so I figured I'd go to therapy. Why not? Like you do, right? Okay, I'm gonna pause right here. I'm at 4 minutes exactly in, and let me go ahead and, oh God, the script. I need to pause the script. All right, pause. All right, when I resume it, I need to let it go for like 9 seconds. Okay, so here's the thing. Um, this is one of the devices that this movie uses, uh, which I mean, again, like the intent is to, kind of tug at the heartstrings of the audience. But when the therapist asks Elton John what he was like as a child, and then Elton kind of looks across the room and sees himself as a child kind of waving at him. And there's a lot going on here, obviously, like we're all different from who we were as children. Like, just fundamentally we are. But there's a really big disconnect between what Elton John didn't have as a child and then the access to things that he had as an adult that really kind of messed him up and made him the way he was. And so in a lot of ways this movie is him, kind of reconnecting with his inner child and, basically kind of telling himself that, it's okay. Um, it's okay. You've had, a remarkable and not necessarily in a good way upbringing. But there are several scenes where his inner child or his former self is involved kind of directly, and this is one of them. I like the device. Is it a bit emotionally manipulative? Yes. Yes, it is. Um, but I really do enjoy it, and I think it is worth continuing to watch. All right, I'm going to restart it. I'm going to give out the thwip when I do, and then I'll hit go on the timer when things have synced up, okay? So again, we're at 4 minutes, 0 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and start us up again. Here we go. Okay. Oh boy. When I was 5. See, the little boy is smiling at him as he sings. Them's a changing now the poor get fat. But the thief is gonna catch you when the bitch gets back. That's a good song. And this little kid is really talented. I even like steak on a Saturday night. At your social dues. In the evening, giving pots of glue. Whoa. And then here we go. Back into when he was a kid. And the group is coming with him, so he's telling them all this. Stone cold sober, as a matter of fact. I can bitch, cause I'm better than you. It's the way that I move, the things that I do. Whoa. Get used to this. I'm gonna be singing and rocking to a lot of this. How uncomfortable adult Elton John looks during this whole thing. I think that's symbolic of him telling everybody about his childhood and about just how bad it was. Bryce Dallas Howard, everyone. Playing Elton John's mother. He's very like, I don't know. He's treated as a bit of a burden as a child. And he wants affection from his father, and I think his mom kind of resents him for that. With the radio. Okay. You remember how in Good Will Hunting, he talks about how like, you know, Beethoven, Mozart, some people could just sit down at a piano and play. Apparently that's Elton John here. Or Dwight Reginald, or Reginald Dwight, I believe, as he was originally named. Wow. So they just don't like each other. His mom and his dad do not like each other. I'll see him tomorrow. Poor kid. So desperately wants his dad's approval and is just like his dad doesn't care. I think he's lying here. Doesn't look like it. Oh my god. The dad is just like, you are to be seen and not heard. God, he's mean. Won't put it on for him or anything. Oh, God. When are you going to hug me? Jesus. Now, I will never be able to read music. I can't. People who can read music, you guys have my respect. I love this right here. Look at this. He's just playing it, conducting, and like he can see the people that he's conducting. Look at how his pajamas have changed. And of course, this is Rocketman here. If you guys don't know, I assume everyone knows the song Rocketman, but ba-da-da-dum, ba-dum. Look at this. The orchestra is, I don't know. I love that fantastical element that they do here. Here we go. A little bit older now. The Moonlight Sonata. The Royal Academy of Music. That is a big deal. Grandma's like, I'll do it. I'll take him. Wow. Yeah. The dad looks like a very like a more worn out Neil Patrick Harris. Hey, Jesus. How dare your child have interests, dick. And here they are at the Royal Academy of Music. We're not going home. I love his grandma. You show him. Now I love this scene right here. This is great. Yeah. So she's playing what is it, Rondo Tellurica or something? Like we've all heard that dum dum. So he comes in, he doesn't have anything prepared. I love this part. He just sits down. He's playing exactly what she played from memory, just based on hearing it like once. Because that's as far as you got. That smile that they share. She's like, oh, okay, this kid is talented. Mm. My God, man. What an a-hole. So this song, I think it's called I Want Love. I'm not as familiar with it as his other works, but it's a good one. Want love, it's impossible. A man like him, so irresponsible. A man like him. Feel liberated. I can't love so full of holes. I can't, I don't know much about Elton John's father, but based on what they say here, like I kind of want to know more about him. Too much baggage. Could have seen so much traffic. I want love. Want love won't break me down. Take me up, won't fence me in. See, everyone in this house, like, it's like Elton John, or it's like, okay, Reggie, his name right now, is like the most connected to his grandmother, but like the mother is not connected to anyone. The father is kind of sort of connected to the grandma a little bit, but not much. Oh, I forgot about this. That's his mom. What are you doing? Oh, and he just doesn't say anything. Wow. Okay. So how did the dad find out? Did Reggie tattle? I'm gonna guess not, but and yet the grandma seems to at least have some affection for him, you know? Yeah, it screwed him up. Dad left, just like didn't want it, never wanted anything to do with him, you know? And rock and roll. Three to get ready and four to go. So he's collecting records now. She's like, do whatever you want with it. Okay, well. So yeah, look at him. He's got like a pompadour. It's great. Okay. Okay. All right. This is my favorite song out of the entire movie. And it's not my favorite Elton John song, but it's a good one. Love this. It'll get knocked off. Here we go. It's getting late. Have you seen my mates? Ma, tell me when the boys get here. It's 7 o'clock and I wanna rock. Wanna get a belly full of beer. My old man's drunker than a barrel full of monkeys, and my old lady, she don't care. My sister looks cute in her braces and boots, a handful of grease in her hair. Oh, don't give us none of your aggravation. We've had it with your discipline. Saturday night's all right for fighting. Get a little action in. Get about as oiled as a diesel train. Gonna set this dance alight. 'Cause Saturday night's the night I like. Saturday night's all right. All right, all right. Ooh. And now we have him as an adult. Well, they're packed pretty tight in here tonight. I'm looking for a dolly who'll see me right. I may use a little muscle to get what I need. I can sink a little drink and shout out, she's with me. A couple of the sounds that I really like are the sounds of a switchblade and a motorbike. I'm a juvenile product of the working class whose best friend floats in the bottom of a glass. Like these little interludes that they add to this one. This is not in the original song, this part here. Saturday, 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 Saturday. Saturday night's all right. So if you're watching this, part of the reason that I love this song in this movie so much is it's not only a really good transition point for Reggie from childhood to adulthood, um, but just the exuberance, the I'm just the freeness of this song, the the unrealized potential and the possibility of what could happen on a night out with your friends on a Saturday night. Like I've definitely felt that possibility before, and it's awesome. And I feel like this song captures it perfectly. And here we go. Yeah, that's that's a bit of a whew. All right. And those must have been talent scouts. They won't bite. Have a word with them. That's not bad. Hmm. They're like, yeah, no, we'll do it. Oh, okay. This is back in the '60s, and these American acts. Those are yeah, soul black performers. I wonder what that must have been like. Write some songs, man. You want to be famous? Write some songs. Do it. Do the thing. Ooh, that's really good advice. Or at least it's a very big moment there. You got to kill the person you were born to be to become the person you want to be. Oh. Are you peeing in a bottle? Yep. Yeah, you can't have my name. But he's thinking of at least the name change. I mean, it's obviously more than that, but yeah. Both types, country and western. Like a candle in the wind. Yep. Still working on that, but he's not a word man. Yep. He is a really good improviser. He looks at a picture of the Beatles. He's like, John Lennon, Elton. Yeah. I don't know how true that is. I oh boy. Is this his dad or something? What? What did he give him? I don't understand what he gave him just there. Lyrics. Okay, he gave him lyrics. And I'm guessing that he gave him Bernie Taupin's lyrics. Bernie Taupin is Elton John's word man. Yeah. A frothy coffee with no froth. There he is. Bernie Taupin. And thus begins a collaboration that will last for decades. Is that Border Song? Border Song, yeah. Mm-hmm. I love Border Song because it reminds me a lot of John Lennon. It's kind of a call for peace, basically, you know? A cowboy name. Reginald Dwight. Yeah. It's okay. And clearly they're vibing, you know, like they're like, yes. And I mean, like, they're friends. I don't think anything ever romantic ever happened between them. They're just amazingly, they work really well together musically, and they've become friends. He has been there too. My distant cousin from down the line. Right of people who ain't my kind. Holy Moses, I have been removed. It's got the Border Song has a lot of notes of gospel to it. Let us strive to find a way to make our hatred cease. There's a man over there. What's his color? I don't care. He's my brother. Let us live in peace. He's my brother. Let us live in peace. Oh, right. Richard Madden's in this movie. Yes, he is. We're going to meet him soon, I think. God. Dude, this dude is trying to play hardball with him, and Elton's like, no, 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 no. All right. What are we going to do? I forget which he's doing here. Okay. Daniel is a good one. He's like, fine, I'll play something more. Do you want to listen, maybe? Let the guy play? A little bit. All of those are on his greatest hits albums. Gray haired old tramps will whistle in the street. What is. Okay, so Rock and Roll Madonna, I'm completely unfamiliar with this song. Rock and Roll Madonna is just one that I don't think I've ever heard. And I'm Reggie. I like how they hang out with a lot of musicians and are just like, you're dating your landlady. That was never a good idea. Dude, guy just asks him flat out. It wasn't cool. When has that ever stopped anybody? Don't know. Good question. Because look at his face. No, doesn't matter to him. Might matter to Bella though. Like, and I mean, if you're a good friend, that kind of crap doesn't matter. Like, oh, okay, you're gay, big deal. You guys are lousy stealth drunks. Okay, you're just lousy at it. Okay, I am gonna pause here. Hold on. Okay, 36 and 20. All right. Okay. I've paused it at 36 minutes and 20 seconds. Okay. I want to talk a little bit about this scene here. So this scene, like the whole like, you know, Elton John is gay and he has a girlfriend, he's dating his landlady. Okay. A lot of these developments, a lot of what they're talking about here is what the song, my favorite Elton John song, Someone Saved My Life Tonight, is all about. Because that song, it turns out, was about him having to, um, it was about him having to choose, like, what kind of life he was going to lead. And he was for a very long time, like when he had his girlfriend and everything, I guess they were together for a while. She made it very clear, like, we're going to get married and everything. And he was still trying to figure out his sexuality and everything like that. And he wasn't happy with the kind of locked in feeling that he was getting from this, I'm going to do this. And it was one of his musician friends that basically told him, you gotta be who you are. You have to, you have to be, yourself. Otherwise you're gonna end up, with you're gonna end up face down in a ditch somewhere, essentially, And so the song Someone Saved My Life Tonight is about how, like, he basically, you know, found a way to, he found the courage to actually come out and do that with the help of his musician friend. Not Bernie, by the way. It was, I can't remember the musician's name, but it was someone that he gave the name Sugar Bear to, which is the, there is a person named Sugar Bear in the song, basically. And all of this is played very quickly and mostly for laughs. And I don't think the song ever gets mentioned in this movie. I really wish they had done that because that's my favorite Elton John song. That one would be number one on my top 10 list of Elton John songs. Whereas in this movie, it's Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting, which would be probably somewhere in the top 10, maybe, on a different list. So it's just something that I felt was worth pointing out. So all right, okay, we're going to resume. Sorry, I'm enjoying pausing for to talk about some of these scenes. So all right, I'm at 36 minutes and 20 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and resume us. So here we go. There she is. Quiet, you two hooligans, one of whom I'm dating. Wide open spaces. I don't know. They want to go to America and get seen. What? Oh, okay. Dick must be their musical guy promoter. You need to go for it, man. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I like this. I love you, but not in that way. Like I am sorry. I'm in. Like I think what he's saying here is I'm entirely straight. So you need to go tell her. The brother he never had. Oh, that's a lie. Wow. Coming in the morning with a truck to take him home. Dude, put on some pants. My God. What's he got? I always want to. I'm like, what does he got? What does he got? There's egg on this. I think this is your song. I think this is what he's about to play. He's not a word man, but he can take lyrics and put music to them, and I really like that. Feeling in G. There we go. It is remarkable to me just how much he sounds like Elton John while he's singing this, you know? Travel and show why. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. But these things I do, you see, I've forgotten if they're green or they're blue. Anyway, the thing is, what I really mean. Yours are the sweetest eyes I've ever seen. Again, love so much of these songs. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be. And now they're in the recording studio, and he's freaking crushing it. I hope you don't mind. And there we go. How was that? Transatlantic? Okay. That's a lot. Like, go. Go to America. Play this big club. Flashy. And don't kill yourself with drugs. Uh-huh. And so yeah, he comes to America. Now I don't know much about this night, but apparently like this was a big moment. This is what helped make him as a musician. The troubadour. Look at that. Elton John, he's like in the windows. They've got a big old poster of him. All the signage and everything. Okay. Size is everything. That's Bob Dylan's hat, apparently. I've heard that joke so many times, but it never fails to make me giggle. Boy, are their arms tired. This is my costume. You're gonna deal with it. Bernie is so excited. What? Come on. Come on. He's like, all right, come on then, let's go. After they had to struggle to get him out. I love it. Well, come on then. Elton John, here we go. Get out there, buddy. Neil Diamond, wow. I mean, like, I can understand why Bernie was so excited. I would be too. And if I were Elton John, I probably would be frightened out of my gourd at this point, too. Say hello. All right. I think he's going to start with Crocodile Rock. If Come on. Come on. This is definitely not how the song usually goes. Here's how it usually goes. It's doing a thing called the Crocodile Rock. We were hopping and bopping to the Crocodile Rock. Well, Crocodile Rockin' is something shocking when your feet just can't keep still. I never knew me a better time, and I guess I never will. Oh, Lordy Mama, those Friday nights when Susie wore. And there's Richard Madden right there. There's already been several fantastical elements in this movie, but this is one of the most overt ones. Like, they are literally he's got them walking on air at such a good time. And I just like this part I was just like, this is freaking amazing. La 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 la. Uh, and Ray are just ecstatic. He is crushing it. Na 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 na. La 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 la. La 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 la. Look, people are coming up on stage to dance with him. Oh man. He's like, ooh, my friend pulled. Joy. Drinking and driving. Those are traditionally wonderful things to do together. So this party scene contains one of my favorite Elton John songs, but I'm not crazy about the way they did it here. At least, like, it's fine. I don't have any real issues with it, but it's like not. it's not what I expected, I guess. Oh yeah, that's right. He doesn't really know anybody. Paradise Cove? Ooh. Well, maybe for Bernie. I guess it's this like maybe it's this more like acoustic version that I'm not as crazy about. Of course, Tiny Dancer is one of the very first Elton John songs that I ever heard. So whenever I think of Elton John songs, like this song has the sound that I most associate with him. I get why they did it this way here. Like it's fine. It is not what I would have done though. So always with me, tiny dancer in my hand. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not as with this version as I am the the one that's lying here with no one near, only you, and you can't hear me when I say softly. See, I feel like this part should be bigger right here, and it's not. Out the headlights on the highway. Lay me down in sheets of linen. Yeah, this part should be like louder and more emotional to me. Like, and also very clearly, Elton is like he knows that Bernie is never gonna be with him in a romantic way, but like Bernie's like his only real like friend, like real support here, and so he's a little, he's probably a little, I don't want to say jealous, but he's feeling a bit lonely, I guess. And this is Richard Madden's character. I can't remember his name, but okay, all right. John Reed. Okay. John Reed actually was Elton John's manager, but apparently in the movie he is much more monstrous than he actually is in real life. Like he is a real bastard in this movie. And I guess they had some issues in real life, but like it wasn't anywhere near as bad as it's depicted here. So go on. That is That is a good line. Where there was darkness, now there is you, Elton John, you know, telling him all these things that he wants to hear too. Mm-hmm. Yep. He found himself a person. Now, Take Me to the Pilot is one of those songs that I've heard mostly the refrain from. I haven't really listened to a lot of the rest of the song, but I know it, you know. Those two are excited. Take me to the pilot. I'm not a stranger. Take me to the pilot. Lead me through the chambers. Take me to the pilot. I am not a stranger. Na na na. Na na na. Na na na. Na 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 na. Na na na. Na na na. Na na na. Na 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 na. And there we go. Oh, and he's out there signing records, and everybody wants a piece of Elton John at this point. That guy is really happy. The manager of the Troubadour is very happy. Okay, all right. I want 4 shows. Oh, he's getting attached. Get out there, man. So he's very much into John, and John is like trying to be like, let's not get too involved too quickly. Shoes. Oh, find a way. Elton John will find a way. You probably put him in a dinosaur costume and he could play. I mean, yeah. So they were flying him back and forth between LA and New York. God, that'd exhaust me. And here we go. Here's the song we've all heard. Oh, honey, when you knock on my door. Okay, so the actress playing Kiki D, man, like they really, I don't know. Kiki's like, ooh, nice one. I don't know, like her voice is just so much like tinier than the real Kiki D's, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, his star is really rising right now. Well, well, well. You're so humble. It's embarrassing. Oh. I mean, he's not only seducing him in one sense, he's seducing him in several senses. When I look back, boy, must have been green. This is the song Honky Cat. Here we go. We got Richard Madden actually singing along and doing a pretty good job too. Until I saw your city lights, honey, I was blind. Honky Cat, better get back to the woods. Like they're just picking up each other's lyrics, like just different lines, and they're both doing a fantastic job. It's almost impossible to tell who's singing if you can't actually see the video. See? From a bottle of wine. So, and I guess this is John showing Elton like think bigger, live larger, you know? So he's really having a big influence on him right now. Drinking, drugs, flashy clothes. I don't know what he just signed there, but that probably wasn't a good idea. And what is that? And that's how we want to keep it. Ooh, it's getting tense here. Dick is not happy. It's like, I sent him to America, dude. It's nothing personal. You're very expensive. Wow. And so John is basically kind of like scooped Elton up from the people that got him started. Who was Ray? Oh, his the guy who went with him to America. Okay. Yeah. For a very long time, uh Elton John hid the fact that he was gay. Now I'm not going to speculate on how well he hid it because I actually don't know, but like he didn't come out as yes, I'm gay. I don't think he did that until sometime in the mid to late 80s or the 90s. I can't quite remember. Hmm. That's his dad. That's his actual dad. It's a very fancy watch. Couldn't even say thank you. I'm sure that was a very expensive watch too. Oh, still, still doesn't really seem to want anything to do with him. Oh wow, which one is it? Oh man, he's trying not to fall apart right there. Oh man. Hmm. He was trying to give him a second chance, and his dad wasn't biting. Oh man, that's gotta hurt. Yeah, look at him. Like why couldn't you be like that with me? That's exactly what he's thinking. It was a really interesting transition, like the glasses and everything. There's the anger management he was talking about. Yeah, no, not happening. And I guess we're caught up at this point. Like we've come to the present, how we started, and yeah. Oh, what it? Oh, right. Okay, I remember this part. This phone call, god damn, this phone call. Jesus. I mean, so at least he came out to his mom, I guess. Oh my god, all these names for it. Like she's like, I already knew. Yeah. Damn. That is just like, frankly, I don't care. From your own mother, you know? What, like the way you loved his dad? Bitch? You know? Damn. I don't think I don't think that ever happened. Like the physical abuse and everything. I don't think that actually happened, although it could be wrong. I'm guessing he's at another different group session or something. And apparently at this point in his career he really needs it. He's just like, "Yeah, no, I'm I'm kind of on a I'm kind of on a spiral here." Oh, God, I've never understood that. You know what? I don't have any I don't have any room to really comment here, but seeing people just take powder in a spoon and snort it, I'm like, how can you even do that, you know? So I was told by my mother that he was usually very drunk, very high when he did his concerts, and most people like would fall over. He apparently had such a high constitution that he was able to go on stage and do his concerts without much of a problem, even though he was like chemically just effed up. So I thought he liked this sort of thing. Oh, God. Yikes. Had quite the outburst there. Yeah, screw you. This is kind of funny. I don't know how realistic it is, but it's funny. Like, okay. Ah, here we go. Pinball Wizard. I played the silver ball from Soho down to Brighton. I must have played them all, but I ain't seen nothing like him in any. Oh, wow. Sorry, I'm noticing the costume changes. Whoever was editing this movie must have had such a fun time with it. Not to mention Taron Egerton, you know? Let's just get so outlandish. Pinball wizard, he soars a trillion. Whoa! Again, costumes, they're just, ooh, shiny, you know? And then he's just like, so he's able to go on and perform, but then it's just like, doesn't know where the hell he is when he comes to, you know? There's John. Ooh, Getting you out of bed. Wow. He's like, I'm thinking bigger than you. This is why I'm better than you. Like, that's what he's saying. Oh my God, his mom is here? Oh, yeah, you've just been, oh man, so he's got a mansion in America. I'd have been like, I'm sorry, I need to go and shower, but I guess that's not happening. Okay, Bernie's here. Got a woman on each arm. Damn. Look at that. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know anyone. Everyone knows me. I don't know anyone. Boy, he needs to he needs a shower or something. Ooh, he is depressed and he is not caring about anything. Don't get a little drink. Okay, and he's very like, oh God, oh God. He's on one of his little benders, basically. Jesus. Uh, okay, I remember this scene now. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna pause it. We're coming up on 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 50 seconds. Pause. I'm gonna go ahead and stop it here. I'm about 3 seconds off. Okay. All right. I want to talk about this scene because this scene is probably my second favorite song in the movie. This is going to be the pretty much the full go of Rocketman. And that's a song about being really successful and being alone despite that success. And like I've known that up here for a very long time. This scene is always really difficult for me to watch, not because I've ever been famous and, had a freaking cocaine habit or anything, but like I think we've all felt lonely at times. And so he, despite, having his mother and his best friend around, he feels utterly and totally alone and it's devastating for him. And so he's going to lash out and this is where his inner child comes back. And I can't guarantee how I'm going to react when this song starts because this again is has always been a hard song for me to watch in this film. They really do a fantastic job of bringing out the context of why this song um you know what it means and how it can be um I don't know how just kind of what he's dealing with, I guess. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and start it again. I just wanted to talk about this one for a second because I don't know how I'm going to react once this starts. All right. So, again, we're at 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 50 seconds. And I'm going to go ahead and start us again. Here we go. And he is just off his gourd at this point. He is out of his mind. He doesn't know what he's doing. And here he goes. He just falls into the pool. And here's where the music starts. Seeing the kid there that really drives it home for me. I don't think I'm going to be able to sing here. Kid sings so impossibly like high in the upper octave here. It's amazing. It's like he's having a conversation with his youngest self. Timeless flight. He doesn't know when any of this is going to end. He's miserable. All these faceless people around him. He doesn't know hardly anyone. And just leaves his inner child behind. He's basically passed out, and his eyes are not working properly, it seems. Listen to him. Bernie is probably the only one that is like genuinely concerned for him right here. He's like, Jesus God, my friend just tried to kill himself. I don't understand. It's just my job 5 days a week. A rocket. A rocket man. See, I like this scene of like all these people just trying to resuscitate him and everything. It's very like it's fantastical, but it's very well coordinated. And he's like, yeah, he's like, he can't stand up. They have to catch him. I'm a rocket man. Here we go. Rocket man burning down his fuse up here alone. And again, this is his constitution. He would be drunk. He would be high. As soon as they put him on stage, he could do it. And so that's what his life was for a while. It's like, but I get to do this kind of thing. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. Yeah, no. I would say that Rocket Man is my favorite, or Rocket Man is my second favorite song in this movie. Um, it's very emotionally packed. It's also difficult to watch. Like seeing everything that's gone around him, it's hard for me not to uh to tear up. I love all the fantasy elements in this. Where am I now? He's he's like, I can't watch you keep killing yourself. Just for a little while, you know? See, Bernie is trying so hard to like pull him out of this. That was a dick thing to say. I have a feeling like he doesn't really want him to go. So he's saying that partially out of self protection. But I don't know. I don't know. I think he really wants Bernie back around. Oh, is he the Queen of England? Oh God. Oh, wherever the hell we are. Jesus. Oh, feeling sorry for himself. Benny and the Jets. Hey, kids, shake it loose together. Where is he now? Oh, he's at a club. Oh, okay, I remember this one. Silent walls of sound. It's like this is a picture of I guess the excess that he's doing while he's just kind of completely unchained, you know? This is I think what they mean when they talk about like a drug-fueled orgy, I suppose. Okay, what are we transitioning to then? So this is probably, I'm guessing, in the late 70s, early 80s, maybe even the mid 80s. And he, Elton basically says that, like, he engaged in a lot of risky behavior back then. And this was during the AIDS crisis, the AIDS epidemic. And he emerged unscathed, or at least in terms of he didn't contract HIV. And for the amount of risky behavior he engaged in, I'm not someone who subscribes to a traditional religion, but it's hard for me not to imagine that somebody in a higher place was watching over him at that point, you know? Okay, are we having that finally that moment of I can't keep doing this, or what's the deal here? Oh, another scene with John. Okay. Oh my God. Ooh. He doesn't care. Damn. This what he says here is really good. Yeah. Damn. I'll be collecting my 20% long after you've killed yourself. Wow. Now again, I'm pretty sure that John Reed was not this bad. I know they again they had their issues and their conflicts, but it like and I don't know if they were actual lovers either. I don't remember if that's a thing. Yeah, I would agree. That's how I feel about his music too. I think I can't remember her name, but I think this is the woman that he marries um you know, to show that he's not gay, I guess. I can't remember her name, but Don't Let the Sun Come Down on Me. This is a song I'm pretty sure he did this a very like long before this era. So there is a lot of kind of reshuffling of when he does what songs and everything, but they do it in the name of narrative, which I kind of like, especially since this is already acknowledged to be kind of a fantastical biopic. So, on here, on the ladder of my life. I don't know about that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're changing the lyrics here to suit the narrative. I got some issues with this, but yeah, they're. Oh, she's pretty good at harmonizing, actually. Don't let the sun go down on me. And there it is. There's his wedding. I cannot remember her name, and I feel bad about that. His mom is like, yeah, okay, this is real. Jesus, Bernie doesn't look happy to be there either. In separate bedrooms. I mean, did they ever sleep together? Vodka for breakfast? Wow. Hope you got some eggs and salsa with it too. Yeah, okay, screwdriver. All right, I get it. It's the only way he can start his day, apparently. And they are not saying anything to each other. Oh, she's like, I know you're sorry. I thought I could be straight, and I can't. Renata. Okay. No, it did not make me happy at all. Oh, man. Menorca, right? Wow. Buy a new what? Oh, a new heart. Ooh. What? I'm a little astounded at that. Ooh. From son to mother. Damn. Jeez. Did you? Did you really? Ooh. Holy crap. I mean, he lobbed some grenades back at her, but damn, that was vicious. Do you know how disappointing it is to be your mother? Jesus. He's really good at crying. Like, Taron Egerton's got really good pained expressions. Sorry seems to be the hardest word. Yeah. Sad. Them. Yeah, okay, buddy. Okay, he's at a table with Bernie. This is good. Reed might. Campaign to. Wow. Ooh, it's all coming out now. When did you give up? A test? That was a shitty thing to say to your friend. Ooh, I forgot. Okay. Breaking out Yellow Brick Road here. If there's any like me to be found, my girls who ain't got a penny, setting tidbits like you on the ground. Da 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 da. Like, come on, don't go, don't go. Should have asked him to stay, man. You shouldn't have been such a dick. I think he's criticizing himself there. Hope he's not criticizing Bernie there. Maid is like, I am done for the day. I'm out of here. Oh my god. Just keep making bad decisions. Doing enough drugs to kill an army, apparently. Are we, yeah, I was gonna say, is this a heart attack? Who's Mike? Madison, oh god, at Madison Square Garden? It just has to get so, like, torturous. I'm definitely not one for this kind of life, you know? Oh. Oh. Is your habit causing you to bleed now? Oh. Okay. Maybe we are just now coming up to the present. I didn't realize that. Because this is the point. Yeah, okay, because I was going to say the movie started with Yellow Brick Road, and now we're singing Yellow Brick Road. So is he going to leave? He's going to leave the show to go to therapy? Take you a couple of vodka and tonics to get you on your feet again. Yep. Not a present for your friends to open. I am not going to the show. I am going to go get help. Where the dogs of society howl. You can't plant me in your penthouse. I'm going back to my plow. He has the slouch because of the wings harness. I don't like the song Yellow Brick Road as much as a lot of people seem to. Um, I will acknowledge that it's very well used here. But yeah, I'm not as into it as a lot of people are. My mother loves the song Yellow Brick Road. And I mean like this is him deciding, okay, I'm going to try to get better now. I'm going to try to clean myself up. And to be fair, Elton John did a successful job of cleaning himself up. I mean, he partied like a rock star and is still around to tell the tale, you know? I got some things to make up for. Yeah, I do that sometimes. Oh, his grandma. Oh, his mom from earlier. Nope. John Reed. Fred? Oh, man. Yay, yes, embrace your weirdness, people. Yay. Bernie. Like, I've always been in your corner. Yeah, always been in your corner. Elton Hercules. That middle name. Ooh, oh, his inner child. I haven't been Reggie Dwight for years. Now, is this part cheesy? Yes, it is. Oh, oh. Is it manipulative? Yes, it is. It's like realizing that his inner child is okay with who he's become now. When are you going to hug me? You know how to use a mop? You know how to work them and everything? No piano. Yeah, I'm guessing. Ooh. It's like, I know you, bro. I know you better than you know yourself. Take care of yourself. Please take care of yourself. Um, to my recollection, when they finally did the screening of this, like Elton John had Bernie Taupin there with him, and they would often like hold hands during parts, like when they're like, "Oh, remember this, remember that." I don't know. I kind of would have liked to have seen that, seen them during this screening. Come on. Okay. Okay, we're bringing it home. I know this one. I love this one. What it's like. Your blood like winter freezes just like ice. There's a cold and lonely light that shines on you. You're a lined up like the wreck you hide behind that mask you use. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm Still Standing was written chronologically well before he goes to therapy. But again, like thematically, it works here. It works very well. Better than I ever did. Looking like a true survivor. Feeling like a little kid. Still standing after all this time. Pick up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. Okay, so I think I don't know if they actually shot all of this or if they're just reusing the original music video and then putting Taron Egerton in here. I feel like it's the latter. It's you know, good way to kind of like ring in the end of the movie. I think this was the scene where my girlfriend, when we went to see this, she was like, "Wow, I need to up my eyeglasses game," And there he is. Elton John has been sober for 28 years and counting, but he still has issues with shopping. After he left rehab, Elton set up his AIDS charity from a kitchen table. He's raised over 450 million and helps people living with HIV/AIDS around the world. Elton and Bernie continue to write songs together after 50 years, and they still haven't had an argument. 25 years ago, he met his husband David and is finally loved properly. Elton is retiring from touring to spend more time raising their sons Zachary and Elijah. I don't remember the I don't remember the name of this. I think this is "I'm Gonna Love Me Again." So it's a good song, but it's not one that I really kind of was exposed to. So all right, and I don't even remember where the credits started. And my very best friend, nice, and they're the I like this. I like the footage from the movie, and then we're getting pictures like of Elton from those times. There's them, and there's them. Okay, the actress did look a lot like Kiki D, actually. Now, are we ever going to see John Reed? I know he was a villain because I don't think John Reed looks much like Richard Madden either. And again, Taron Egerton does the singing here. Taron Egerton does a pretty good job of sounding like Elton John too. Like I'm pretty astounded by it. Yeah, they're not going to show Richard Madden. I'm gonna love me again. Check in on my very best friend. The costumes that he wore are just so out there. I love it. The Queen, and there he is. Yep. Wow. The kid actor looked pretty much like he did as a kid too. That's really cool. All right, we got about 3.5 minutes of credits left. But where did we? I'll just say around an hour 55. This is when the credits started. Yeah, I don't know. I love this movie. I've always loved this movie. I've been waiting for this movie to come out, so of course I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love me again. Excuse me. Oh, oh. I'm gonna love me again. All right. A little over 2 minutes left. I forget who was Jamie Bell. Oh, and they are gonna play "Don't Go Breaking My Heart" here. That works. That works for the outro credits. Yeah, no, Kiki D's voice is much more solid and much more like, I mean, This she's just so breathy here, I guess. That's better, but you know. Ooh, nobody knows it. Oh, when I was down, nobody knows it. Oh, when in the start. Oh, they changed those lyrics a bit. And then, like, all the coming on the songs listing on the credits, it's like every Elton John song ever. Not everyone. There are quite a few that aren't in here, but you know what I mean. Don't go breaking my heart. Do 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 do. Okay, we're like 30 seconds away from being through the cast here, or the credits, not the cast. Do 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 do. Wow, we're 10 seconds away and they're still singing. Okay, all right, they've stopped. Okay, and we're done. Okay, all right. So let me go ahead and get things ready. I'm gonna go ahead and reset the timer. All right, that was a good watch. That was a good watch. And again, it's if you weren't here for when they actually sang Rocket Man, I mean, like I couldn't sing for part of it. My throat was constricting because I was overcome with emotion, and I did cry a little during that scene. Um, but yeah, no, this is one of those movies that, like, I was there in the theaters when it came out. I was surprised at how few people had shown up to watch this movie, but I mean, I guess biopics aren't even fantasy biopics. They aren't the hottest, ticket in the world, but still, it's Elton John. So, but yeah, like this is a good kind of it's a good approximation of the story of Elton John's story up through, I guess, what the early 1990s. And cuz he was a I guess a rock star, for lack of a better term. But I mean, he was a musician that really kind of went through it. He went through the whole, sex, drugs, rock and roll thing that, that is kind of mythologized by the whole rock star legend. He went through it, and he had the complication also of being a closeted gay man for a good chunk of it. Did a lot of drugs, dealt with a lot of personal issues, abandonment issues, things like that. And so, like, it would be really believable for me to see if he had come out of it and he had, like, contracted AIDS, or if he had, like, killed himself or something. This is a man that made it through. And I feel like, again, I'm not a traditionally religious person, but I mean, given the stuff that he went through, given the behaviors that resulted from what he went through, sex addiction, anger management, drugs, alcohol, um, I like to think that, someone on some kind of a higher plane was watching over him. And I also like to think that it was because his music was not only good, but it was kind of the type of music it was. It was very open, and and continues to be very open and vulnerable, and just kind of shows that we as people, we have dreams, we have hopes, we have loves, we have flaws, we have prejudices, and I just, I really felt like this movie does again a good approximation of his life and his journey through music. Now there are definitely some artistic liberties taken. I think the first one we should probably address involves John Reed. John Reed was Elton John's business manager for a very long time, and yes, they I believe they eventually did split. But my understanding is that I don't think they were lovers, and I don't think again that John was as monstrous a character as this movie made him out to be. Like I'm pretty sure they had their issues, but I don't think it was like I don't know. I could be wrong, but I like to think that John Reed did not like physically assault him. Um he may have said the thing about I'll be collecting my 20% after you've killed yourself. I don't know for certain. And I don't think John really looks like Richard Madden either. My understanding is that he's much shorter and not a traditionally handsome man. So I think for the purposes of this movie, they kind of like conflated, like they took that character and just they basically made him a composite of a bunch of terrible people in his life. I don't know how true that is, but my understanding is that his portrayal is not 100% on the money. So, there's also like there are some songs that occur out of order in terms of when he wrote them versus when when certain events in his life happen. And again, I'm kind of okay with that because they already are taking a lot of the events in his life and they're adding fantasy elements to them, like the whole like when he plays Crocodile Rock and like he and other people like the people in the audience like just they rise into the air because like they're having such a good time. They're just it's that transcendent. Like so I'm okay with that. There are some songs that I wish had been in like like oh god, what is it? Someone Saved My Life Tonight. That is probably my favorite Elton John song of all time. And I would say probably the next one to follow it would be Tiny Dancer. And again, I mean, I like the song and the way they use it in the movie is fine, but like to me that is a much more emotional song than it ended up being. And I just felt like there could have been more of it in terms of how it was executed. So, but yeah, if I were to do a top 10 list of my favorite Elton John songs and then a top 10 list of my favorite Elton John songs from Rocketman, they would actually be very different. They would be astoundingly different. And I kind of I don't know. I think that's maybe a video I should consider making in the future. So or just two comparison videos. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I do love Elton John. And again, I kind of was in this movie's corner from the get-go, and I ended up loving maybe not every bit of it, but I mean most of it I loved. And I'm not someone who is well versed in Elton John's history. I kind of know like, the I guess the big bits of his biography, more or less, I think. I don't know. But I feel like based on what I know, this movie covered it pretty well. They throw in a dash of the fantastic. And they came out with a movie that really kind of worked well for me at least. I really don't know how other Elton John fans feel about this movie. I like to think that they adore it. But maybe I'm on an island and I'm the only one in the world that likes this movie. I don't think that's the case. But in any case, I definitely enjoyed my rewatch of this movie, and hopefully you enjoyed it as well. Thank you for watching this reaction. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead and thwip the like button, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing as well. Also, consider sharing this out to your friends, your family, your followers, anyone that you think would enjoy my reaction to these media. What'd you think of this movie? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Let me know why in the comments. I would love to have a conversation with you about this film. You can find the full and unedited live stream of this reaction on my YouTube channel. There is a master playlist of all movies that I've watched and reacted to, and I'm dividing them up into shorter playlists, usually by genre. Rocketman would be musical, fantasy, biography, and drama. And if I can think of another tag playlist, maybe for biopics at some point, maybe I'll create that one and put it in there as well. Whichever of those playlists you go looking for, be sure to look for them on my YouTube channel under the category Watch Party. And finally, channel memberships are now live on the Spidey Librarian YouTube channel. Check out the membership tiers and see which benefits you'd like access to. Perks include shoutouts, members-only live streams, members-only videos, and early access to selected uploaded content, as well as other benefits. And that's not even mentioning my custom emotes and badges, which I think look pretty good. Check out the membership tiers today and see which perks you'd like access to. And I think that's everything. So thanks again for watching. This is Spidey Librarian, and until my next stream or upload, I'll be wishing you a good day. Okay, all right. Let me see what CG had to say. I saw some of it, but not all of it. Okay. CG listened to some of Elton John's songs once in a while because of Romeo and Juliet. That's a decent film, but what makes it memorable for him are the songs. Okay, all right. I've at least seen parts of that, and I don't remember which Elton John songs are in it, but I could think of several that would work in several of those situations. So. The only film starring Taron Egerton that CG has seen is, or that he thinks he's seen, is Tetris. Taron Egerton was in Tetris? Apparently I need to watch that one too. That's a video game movie I should probably consider at some point. All right, CG knows Richard Madden from Game of Thrones, Cinderella, and Eternals. He's a good actor. I mostly only knew him from... I think this was the first big film that I remember seeing him in. And I just remember, God, this guy is a monster. I don't like him. And then he shows up in Eternals, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember him from Rocketman. So, let's see. CG primarily knows Bryce Dallas Howard from Spider-Man 3, where she's Gwen Stacy, and some of the Jurassic films, which I've only ever seen the first Jurassic Park. I know, I probably should watch the rest at some point, and I will. I'm just not there yet. Her father, Ron Howard, directed one of his favorite childhood films, which is the Jim Carrey Grinch film. Oh, he directed that, did he? Okay. I didn't realize that. That's really cool. Ron Howard actually is in an episode of Star Trek. He's in the original series. He's a kid at the time, and he's this alien presence. I can't remember his name, but he and Kirk at the end of the episode, they share a drink together called Tranya, and I think according to Ron Howard, he's like, yeah, that stuff they had us drinking, the Tranya, he's like, whatever it was vile. It was gross, and I had to do several takes with it where we actually drank it. And he's like, yeah, no, I hated it. It's really funny, and it's a piece of Ron Howard lore that I know that I think is hilarious. So, let's see. CG thinks that Jamie Bell was in the infamous 2015 Fantastic Four film that he still hasn't seen. Now, who was Jamie Bell? Jamie Bell in Rocketman. Was he Bernie? Was he Bernie Taupin? Yeah, okay, so he plays Bernie Taupin. So who is he in Fantastic Four? Oh my God. Wait a minute. Does he play Ben Grimm? He's I had no clue. Holy shit. That is that is fantastic to find. Like, don't get me wrong, I hate that movie. That is a terrible Fantastic Four movie. Um, and my friends and I, when we went to see the movie together, we spent longer than the runtime of the movie in the movie lobby afterwards, making fun of Fantastic Four from 2015. That movie was freaking horrible. But he was Ben Grimm. Oh, that blows my mind. I never would have made that connection. Oh, that is wow. Thank you for telling me that. You hope that the film held up really well for him. Oh yeah, I don't think I've seen this movie in its entirety in a few years, but it was good to rewatch it. I really do, I really did enjoy it. And I'll probably incorporate this into my final into the post mortem here, but as far as a letterbox rating would go, this one, again, this easily gets four, maybe even 4.5 stars from me. Not only is it about a person that I love, like I'm pretty sure on the day that Elton John kicks it, I'm like probably is the same with Stan Lee. I'm probably gonna be crying. I'm probably gonna be like really, really, really upset because like Elton John, dude's one of my heroes. Like as far as music goes, he's one of my heroes. Um and yeah, Stan Lee was one of my heroes too, and I remember hearing about his death. I was on the public service floor of the library at the time. I was helping people out when I found out about it because I got a text from my partner about it, and um like then I saw it and I just was like, I'm sitting there silently crying while I'm at the reference desk. And eventually one of my coworkers came out and was like, "Do you want to take a few minutes and get off the desk?" And I was like, "Yes, please, please let me do that." So but yeah, like so not only is this movie about someone a celebrity person that I love, but I feel like it was so well done. Like it actually fits the way that I feel about the character and everything. Yeah, there are some songs in there that I wish they had done better. I wish there were some songs that I wish had been included in the movie at all. But overall, like, I leave this movie feeling moved and that feeling that the man was properly honored. I mean, hell, I hear these days, and maybe this is long past, but I hear these days what Elton John does in his retirement is he throws parties at his mansion and he and Taron Egerton just entertain people. Like that's what they do. He and his mini me entertain their guests, and it's like that's kind of awesome actually, and I wish I had a ticket to that party. So, all right. And let's see, yeah, but the film definitely did hold up for me. You didn't know that Ron Howard was in Star Trek? Yeah. I'm gonna Google it just to make sure I'm not giving you terrible information. But let's see, Ron Howard, Star Trek. Oh, okay, maybe it's not Ron Howard. I'm sorry. No, it's not Ron Howard. It's Clint Howard. Um Maybe that's Ron Howard's brother? Are they related? I mean, I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah, I'm gonna guess that they're brothers. Siblings, Ron Howard. Yes. Okay. All right. I figured it out eventually. So okay. My apologies, CG. I gave you bad information. That's not Ron Howard that's in Star Trek. It's Clint Howard, who is still alive today. So, anyways, sorry about that. I I got my lines mixed up. So all right. Well, Clint Howard is in a lot of Ron Howard's films. Yeah. That wouldn't surprise me either. So all right. Well, I'm gonna head off. I've got other stuff to do, and I've got another live stream in a few hours. So I'm gonna get ready for those things. And yeah, I'm gonna head off. Thanks for being here, especially CG. I know that CG was commenting during a lot of these. I appreciate it very much. I'll be looking forward to eventually making the reaction film to this one because I do sing a lot, and I don't know. Apparently, you can get copyright struck for that, which is weird to me. Like, I'm clearly not Elton John, and I'm clearly not Taron Egerton, but whatever. So, anyways, I'm gonna head off. Thank you guys for being here. Take care. This is Spidey Librarian, and until my next stream or upload, I'll be wishing you a good day. Bye.